Now I want you to just take a look at these plates that are sitting on the floor, because this is there for a reason. They're not just laying there. Okay? And again, the 250 pounds that's there now isn't going to be how we start. I'm starting out my warm-up set with 160 pounds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on 12 to 15 reps, typically on the high end of that. And I'm focusing on elbows in, I'm focusing on my lats because this is the exercise I'm doing. If you're doing chest, it'd be the same way. If you're doing shoulders, if you're doing biceps, legs, it would be the same way. I'm focusing on that muscle group. The warm-up set is going to create that mind-muscle connection. It's going to get blood flowing to the muscle group that I'm going to be working. It's going to get things lubricated. It's going to get my joints warmed up. This is going to get me ready to complete this exercise. I'm going to do 3 sets in all, and then this exercise is going to be put to bed. Let's do the warm-up set first. One of the 3-3 method has just been completed. I can feel that in my back. I did not go one steady motion. I did not use heavy weight. I did not use motion or momentum to move the weight. I used the muscle that I want to work to move the weight. We've done the warm-up set. Now we're going into set number 2 of the 3-3 method, which is actually the first working set of the exercise. And this is where we're going to focus on dialing everything in. I track my exercises. You should be tracking, and this is why. By me tracking, I already know the weight that I need to be focused on to start my exercise. I also know the weight that I'm going to be working with, and then if I want to try to add anything to what I did last week. In this case, as I showed you to start, I'm working out with 250 pounds. But on set 2, the first working set, I'm going to start at 230 pounds. I'm going to show you why in just a minute. But what I want to do here is I want to focus on 12 to 15 reps. And I want to make sure that everything is dialed in just like I did the first. And then when we roll into the third set, I'll show you how I make an adjustment for that. Because that's a very important part of this exercise and this plan is that third set. Well, 13, that's 14, that's 15. I don't want to go to failure in this set. I probably had 2 more in me. So that's where I ended up. We've gone from our first set, bringing the weight up to 230 pounds. Now I'm going to prepare for the last set of the exercise, the most important part that you need to understand for getting the drop set right. So now I've added a 10 plate to each side. That brings the weight up to 250 pounds like I showed you to start this video, okay? So we started the first set, we brought the weight up to 230 pounds, And now we're going into the final set, which is in phases. This is the drop set. And in this drop set, we have added 10 pounds to each side, bringing us up to 250, which is going to be our main working weight. What you could do is what weight you just used, which was for me the 230 pounds in the first working set, you can actually stay with that weight and use that weight to go into your third. I feel strong enough today that I'm adding the 10 pounds on each side to make it 250. And based on last week's numbers, I'm going with 250 because that should be where I'm able to go today. Why? Because when I look back in my logbook, last week I did the 230. This week I'm going for a little bit more weight, which is the 250. Now, with that being said, we'll start out this drop set. And it's going to be 3 phases. The first is going to be repping, but not to failure. And for the sake of most of you guys watching, I'm not going to go to failure on anything today. I'm going to keep everything 1 to 2 shy of failure. So 250 pounds, and this is phase 1 of set 3. Okay, so we just went through the 3-set method of one exercise, okay? I wanted you to see this firsthand to help answer questions. One of the things I didn't mention is rest times in between each one of those sets or phases. And the rest times are between the warm-up set and the first working set, roughly 60 seconds to 90 seconds. I probably took just a little bit longer today because I was trying to maybe talk a little bit while I was doing the workout, trying to demonstrate. So I took a little bit longer. Typically 60 seconds works really good. And then between the first working set and then the third set, which is the drop set phase, I did the same thing, roughly 60 to 90 seconds, depending on how you feel. But you want to keep that tension on as much as you can. One thing I will say is during the drop phases, you don't want to have any rest there. The only rest you're going to get is the time it takes to move the plates around, whether it be peeling off or having to peel off and add on. I do like going to failure, but I don't recommend going to failure every time. And in my plan that I teach for the 3-3 method on the joint friendly version, I actually teach going shy of failure. And some may say, well, what good is a drop set if you don't go all the way to failure? Well, try it and see, it works. But you can see how measuring out the first working set, going 12 to 15 reps, how it's done, how we decide the weight, and you can see the importance of tracking because I was able to know in advance the amount of weight I was going to be working with, what plates I needed to have sitting there and ready to go, so I'm not scrambling all over the gym trying to find weights and get that stuff right. You start doing that, you're looking at 5 minutes between exercises or between sets and stuff. You don't want to do that. When you're doing drops and adding weight and things like that, you want to be right there, have everything laid out, and be ready. So track your workouts and just watch your progress, and it'll help you when you're doing this too. All right, guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. I have a lot of viewers, but in percentages, I don't have quite as many subscribers. So a lot of you are watching, but you haven't hit the subscribe button. If you will do that for me, we're going to keep bringing videos like this and other ones. We're going to just try to teach simple methods for simple people like us, okay? All right, guys, have a blessed one. We will catch you on the next one. Now go get fit.